Hey guys, so today I am going to be showing you how to create the look. I hope you liked the intro. So first off, we're going to start with using the Makeup Revolution Pro Illumination Primer. I like this primer because not only does it make my skin feel really smooth and ready for makeup, but also I like the gold sparkles in it. So at the moment this is the one I'm using. I have loads of primers, sometimes I double up, but I try and get it all over my face as best as possible. Then I'm going to use a different foundation. Today I'm using the Maybelline Velvet foundation in the shade Caramel. Caramel is actually a shade darker, you'll notice. It's probably a shade and a half darker than my skin, but this is the closest shade I could find to my own personal shade. I picked up today a lighter shade just so then I could try mixing it. No, I can't eat it, but for my eyes I'm using the Makeup Revolution Chocolate and Peaches palette, which you may have seen up on my Instagram because it smells gorgeous and it tastes lovely. So first I'm going to use the lightest shade to use as a base for my eyes, and then I'm going to go ahead and pick up a couple of other shades as a transition shade. I'm actually using two just to make sure that I get enough depth in the actual eye look. Now I've gone on quite heavy at first, and it's okay because I'm going to blend it out. That's me just looking for my blending brush, which is a really nice fluffy, and it's slightly angled as well. I actually picked it up from TK Maxx. I have been picking up a lot of brushes recently just to see which ones work personally for me. So the other brush that I'm using is one that I picked up in Superdrug, and I think it's a Lottie brush, and I really like that one because it's really good to apply colour and to really get into the grooves as well. I'm showing you each colour as I go along, so it is taking a little bit longer, but I'm just going to deepen out my crease now. Then when I'm happy, what I do is I go ahead and reapply the lighter shade to my lid, and that's just to make sure that the smoky effect really pops. And I found that most people tend to do it and it does come out a bit better, so I'm doing that now more often. And then I'm going to do exactly what I done on the crease of my eyes to the bottom lower lash line. And that's to make sure that everything matches and it fades in perfectly. When I'm happy with that, I'm going to pick up my NYX Kohl liner, and I'm just going to tightline my waterline. And it looks a bit scary, so what I tend to do is shut my eyes around the pencil, just so then I don't actually poke my eye at the same time. And then I take this waterproof KIKO liner and I line my eyes. I'm actually getting a bit better at doing it on camera. I don't know if you've noticed or if you appreciate it, but if you want a separate video on its own, I think I've captured it pretty well as to how I do it, then let me know. Or if there's anything else you want to know about how I pick the angle I do it at, then please do let me know, and I'll try to answer you back in either a video or a direct comment. But I go ahead and line my eyes using the KIKO Waterproof liner, which has kind of it's not matte, it's more like a PVC when it dries, so it is a bit more shimmery. I know you can get matte ones, but I quite like this one. It's almost like you could peel it off. Then you saw that I applied my Nouveau Lashes, and then to match my lashes to the Nouveau's, what I do is I go over them with this mascara, and I'm using quite a big brushed one just to make sure that it catches every single lash. I found that the smaller brushes tend not to do that when it comes to my lashes. I don't know if you guys have any recommendations in terms of mascara, but I think I'm struggling a little bit. This one I found is quite good. You know, if you've seen any of my previous videos, I like ones that have kind of like a boom brush on the end, so it has like a ball on the end. I think actually in store I can pick one up that Makeup Revolution do, so I might check that out. But what I found is I find it quite difficult. I've got quite thick lashes to apply mascara unless I use a particular shape brush, but let me know what you think. When I'm happy with all of that, then what I go ahead is use my Fix and Focus concealer by Makeup Revolution under my eyes, and then I just blend it out using my damp beauty blend. And then I take my Makeup Revolution banana powder to bake my under eyes and to carve out my contour. And whilst I bake, which isn't really very long, what I tend to do to bide time is then go in and do my brows, which is why I haven't done my brows yet. So I use a small damp beauty blender to actually bake with. I really like it because you can get the precision in terms of where you're applying the powder to, and then as well it's really easy in terms of usage when it comes to not mixing your beauty blenders. Although I've recently picked up some new brushes, not only new brushes but also new silicone brushes and another set of brushes, so you'll be seeing those soon. To do my brows, I use the Makeup Revolution pomade. I have recently picked up Wonder Brow. I'll do a separate video around what my thoughts are in terms of the Wonder Brow, but I am using for this video the Makeup Revolution pomade to do my brows. My brow routine never changes. It is the same. I've tried alternatives, but this way never fails me. Using the Pixi brow tamer, this one's actually clear. It's meant to be. It's got a lot of transfer from my product, I'm afraid, so that's why it looks slightly murky, but it's absolutely fine when it comes to setting your brows. But I use this one at the moment to set my brows with. In all honesty, I've not noticed anything significantly different from any other brow tamer I've used, so I don't know what you guys think about that one, but let me know if there's any in particular that you really think holds it for the day. And then I go in with my Colourpop Supershock cheek blush, and I think it's the shade Bardot, if that's how you pronounce it. And I really like this colour just because it's not too red, it's not too brown, I think it's really good on my skin tone. So I like this shade, and took me ages to get it because it took a while for it to come through customs to me from LA, so I'm really happy with that one, and I use it very often. Picked up this at the same time that I picked up a few other things from Maybelline, and it is their V-shaped contour, I think it is. So the other side is a highlight, which I found doesn't really work for me as well as the contour side when I want to be really quick and have something that looks quite natural and it's quite easy just to smooth out. So I use this brush to do that, especially for my nose, because you can get the precision in terms of the shading, so I do like to use it for that. I think for the rest of me I could do with a shade darker. The shade that I picked up was medium, so perhaps if I find a darker shade, then I'll pick that up and let you know how it goes. And then I set the whole of my face with MaxFactor translucent pressed powder. I really like this one. If you've watched my previous videos, I've used it before. It smells really yummy, and when I set my makeup with it, it just seems to last for the whole day. So I really like this one. Let me know what you think about it if you have tried it before. If not, then if you do have an opportunity to, then give it a go and let me know how it goes. Oh my gosh, on to my favorite part, my highlighter, which is this palette, and it's by Makeup Revolution. I've got a ton of highlighters at the moment. I'm addicted to highlighter, so I get really excited by pretty much every highlighter I've purchased recently. And this one, because you can mix up the shades as well, and there's a particular yellowy goldy color which on my skin looks like it just pops. So I've mixed a whole ton of shades on that palette which are closer to that one. There's like a goldy one, there's like a yellowy one, and I mix them all up on my brush and then pop it on, and literally my face pops. So I really like it. I think it looks amazing, and that's it really. Using some rosehip oil just to moisturize my lips before I go on and apply some of the Makeup Revolution Retro Luxe Matte Lip Kit, and I'm using the shade Noble. So I line my lips with the liner. I tend to fully line my top lip just to match the shades of both my top and my bottom lip, because my top lip is darker. And then once I'm happy, I go ahead and pop on the liquid lipstick, and then my lips come up super nice and sparkly and moisturized. So that's it guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so then I make plenty more videos for you. But until then, see you on my next video.